Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm sorry this video took so long to make, because I've been busy doing other shit. But anyways, let's get to this rant slash explanation slash whatever, because I've been meaning to get to this because I'm sick of people not getting the message yet. Like, it's honestly driving me up a fucking wall at this point. Okay. People who are saying I'm starting shit on Twitter, I should honestly let all of you log into my account to show you the number of times I get notifications. I get late notifications, meaning when I first tweeted that I'm going to be off Twitter, I think it was 2 or 3 days later, some person goes in there and was like, oh, $5, let me actually find the tweets. I don't even read their names, so they can now be famous. Oh, and he's been doing it a lot, and I just love it. Let's see. So, when did I tweet it? Let me find it. I tweeted it 5 days ago. So, correction. The next day, Missouri Southerner, and also I thought, Southern hospitality, but against this guy is just, who knows? So, yeah. This guy, right here, trust me, I remember those notifications. I read them. I sit and read them. How I said, bye Twitter, it's been good, and he said, I give it 2 weeks. 4 favorites. Crazy Nebraskan, quote tweeted him, and Lake Country Guy, who also loves to start shit. You guys go to my Twitter to just talk shit. You at me at least, I guess, is considerate. Because I love reading the shit you idiots have to say. And then Crazy Nebraskan, 3 days, and then I also want to talk about, I forgot what his new Twitter name is. It's like Boy from NC or whatever. He used to have a baseball account, and him and I got into it, and I got him to delete. And I'm pretty sure, and I know, I'm almost 99% sure that's who it is, that he came back, and now he's just like, oh, this kid got me to delete my Twitter, so I'm going to go at him. He legit, even if he's going to say he did it, he did. I forgot what he was shit talking about. But, and so of course he's like, oh, I'm going to get him now. Honestly. But I found some actually pretty good tweets that hopefully you guys can get the message. And if you don't, then I'm sorry for whatever parenting styles your parents have been using on to teach you to be like that to other people. Let's see. Where did I put the screenshot? Oh yeah, I screenshot your tweets too. Just keep that in mind. In case I need them later. I Redneck Romeo. Even though he's one of those accounts that sort of tweets like generic stuff, and I'm not insulting him because he's also a bit original, he said, Twitter could really use a grow the fuck up button with all the childish fucks on here. I can't emphasize enough how much I agree with that statement. Because, again, when people are saying, I'm starting shit, yet when I open my Twitter, and I haven't tweeted for 5 days, and I'm still getting notifications, that means I'm getting stalked, I'm getting harassed, and people are still shit-talking me, even when I'm not doing anything. I'm not even doing anything, and it's still an issue. Now I'm confused as to what in your brain is going off and saying, oh, this'll be funny, because it's not. If you honestly think it's funny, you need help. You really do. And, especially when I see some of y'all that are talking shit, I love it. Like, when I look at you and I'm like, oh, you're the typical douchebag looking ass anyways. Doesn't bother me. But I also love is when people talk shit about me, and I've never interacted with this person, I've never heard of this person, because I'm really good with memorization on Twitter names. And I will know some of these people. So it's almost like I have a bandwagon of haters now. And I'm sort of confused as to how this originally formed, but I finally figured it out. So pretty much everyone that has started hating me within the last year, or maybe 10 months, is a bandwagoner. And here's why. Originally, four or three people originally started hating me. Tuba, Maggie, Sydney, and Mia. Yes, like I said, I'm good with names. These four girls originally first saw me and my ex, Ashley, fighting on Twitter, and that's how it originally started. Because we always fought on Twitter, it would be, like, pretty bad, and then it would eventually end, or whatever. But of course, the audience wants to keep it going, so they create their own little episode, you could say. And they make it to where this happened, but we're going to keep this out, but this happened. And they're going to go tell everybody when they've never heard of these people. And it's just so... I honestly sit there and laugh sometimes. Like, you guys make my freaking day. Also, there's a huge difference between... And I meant to get this across a little bit earlier. There's a huge difference between trolling and harassment. You're on the level of harassment. Trolling is a little different. Trolling is where it's funny, not so brutal. It's mainly just you, whatever. Trolling is saying, like, talking about that whole tattoo situation. I don't give a fuck about that. That's whatever. But the minute it's, like, harassment where you just go on my account and you just sit there. And you don't do anything but just sit and just talk this nasty, disgusting shit. Like, who raised you to do that? Were you beaten or something? Is that why you're so vicious? That's what I want to know. I'm honestly curious because apparently a lot of you need to go talk to a psychiatrist or somebody. Because if you were naturally born that way, that's very concerning of me, and I really hope someone dumps holy water down your throat. Or something. But also, the whole telling me to fuck off when I haven't been tweeted, and you know who you are because I read the tweet. Why tell someone to fuck off if they're not doing anything? It kind of ruins it. Because if you're going to talk shit, be logical, please. I will only take people serious if they have some sense or what they're saying is logical. And sure, call me a nerd for that, but it means I'm not going to get insulted until I know your brain is working instead of your fucking mouth or your anger or whatever. Or when Lake Country guy was like, you get points if you think me and Brandon are the two biggest faggots ever. First off, please, for the love of God, stop comparing me to him because I'm nothing like that dude. I'm not sitting there tweeting the most generic, basic bullshit and then contradicting myself because there was at one point, and yes, Brandon, I remember this tweet. Like I said, very good memory. He said, why get involved in other people's business? Generic tweet, maybe 50 retweets, bunch of favorites. Then, in a debate between me and someone, he was like, he randomly popped in and then deleted it, which I thought was pretty funny. He said, I can vouch he's a bitch boy. So, Brandon, why tweet, don't get into other people's business, yet get into other people's business? Dude, stop. Just stop. Be you, please. Also, I want to address this. I love how I'm still getting attacked on the whole tattoo thing, yet Chase, I'm not even calling out Chase on this because I'm done with him. Like, we've left each other alone. He's been the most mature person I've seen because he's stopped, which I give him props for that. He was called out as a catfish, which he proven to be was, which, if you didn't know that, he was. Big deal, whatever. But yet, my tattoo thing is still a big fucking deal, yet I didn't fake being a whole person. Do you see my point? You guys are just stuck on the little things. It's the little things that you use, and it confuses me as to what you're doing with your life, besides sitting there on your phones or at your computers just talking this disgusting shit. And it just makes me wonder, do you go outside? Do you do anything else? Or do you just do that for 8 hours, go to sleep, repeat. But yeah, no, but truthfully though, I don't know if Chase is ever going to watch this. With him, he originally, I guess he doesn't remember, but I do. I may be thinking of someone else, but the reason is why I originally didn't start off good with him, because it was a little bit down the line, and I guess if he wants to say he didn't have his Twitter till a certain time, then that's whatever. I'm not going to get started with him again, because I'm kind of done with all. I feel like I'm babysitting you guys at this point, because it's like, I'm 19, you're in your 20s. Aren't you supposed to be more mature than I am, or? But, because I remembered his picture, and it was like a situation between me and my ex, I think, and he got involved, and I don't remember what else happened, but I just remembered seeing that picture. But then also when he like started subtweeting me and da-da-da, calling me a catfish, yeah, he was a catfish, but again, I'm not trying to get started on that, because, you know, he's left me alone, I've left him alone, it's his life, I don't give a fuck what he does. I honestly didn't give a fuck when I found out he was a catfish. I mean, of course I tweeted him, just like, oh, hey, yeah, he's not actually this person. But I'm not the type of person where Snack, God forbid what's wrong with this fucking kid, where he acted as a news reporter. Dude, it was funny for 5 minutes, then it got old. When you went to the Ollie thing, that's where it died. Also, here's what I love. He called me out for calling a girl a cunt. And then, I don't know if anybody else saw this, this was my favorite part. This is what I love about you guys talking shit on Twitter. You contradict yourselves up the ass. He called me out for calling a girl a cunt. I want you to understand this. I call people what they're acting. If you don't want to be called it, don't do it. It's simple. You choose how people perceive you. It's that simple. But anyways, he called me out for calling a girl a cunt like a while ago. And then went along, Caitlyn got involved, the girl I'm dating, and no, she hasn't told me she loves me either way. So Jenna, or whoever said that, you're wrong. Boy. And then he called her a cunt, and I'm sitting there and it's like, no, because the minute you do that, you lose all legitness of the argument. So that's pretty much everything I have to say. I want you guys to indulge it and just think about it. But if you still want to talk shit, go ahead. It's your life. You're wasting it. I'm actually living a pretty good life right now. I just finished college. I'm going to go back in the fall. Getting some pretty good money together. And life's pretty good. So, I mean, if you guys want to keep blowing on my notifications, I left it there for that reason. So you can still talk shit. Because you would have nothing else to do. I know that. Because if you had something else to do, you would hardly do it. But you still do it a lot. So, with that being said, I'm going to go. So, again, to everyone that actually gave a fuck on Twitter and saw where I was coming from, thank you. And I hope this video will also explain to you what's been going on, because I got tired of calling people out separately and typing it out. I'm not very good at typing than I am as good with my words. So, I hope everyone that's pretty much hated on me, you at least think of this video, process it, and if nothing comes out, then I'm sorry for whatever made you that way. So, I will see you guys later.